Welcome to Envision Radio from the United Way of Greater Charlottesville and City of Promise and News Radio 98.9, 1070 AM WVIR. And brought to you by the Jefferson School Foundation with Markiana and Price coming to you here in the studio right in downtown Charlottesville. We're back.
Wow.
I know you missed me.
Happy
holidays.
Yeah.
I took a break. Sometimes you got to do that when Price is your co-host.
That's right. Listen. All right. Okay. Easy. How was New York?
New York was great, but it was super cold. I'm not built for it. I don't think I'm genetically built for it. You know, I'm a Southern girl.
You are.
I need the temperature to be 50 and up. I don't know.
Okay. 50's all right.
Virginia is like super temperate. You know, it's like we are a state that gets all the seasons. And like now I can't go nowhere else.
Would you live in a place that was only warm?
No, I went to Vegas for a week a couple years ago, and it was the hottest time of the summer for them.
That's
it was
terrible.
And it was 113 degrees.
Yeah, no.
And I was walking, and I
ain't got nothing for it.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so
you'd rather be cold than hot?
I'd rather be right in the middle. Right in the middle.
No, you can't be. You can't say it would rather be perfect. That doesn't count.
I'd rather be hot.
Really?
I had to pick it. If I had to pick one, what about you?
No.
I think I'd rather be cold because at least you can bundle up.
No,
see,
you can't put 50,000 pairs of clothes on.
Of course
but
you
see,
can.
when you're hot though, and you wake up hot, you wake up mad for no reason.
Isn't that a thing? Isn't that a thing in the city? Something about heat madness or something?
Yes. Or just you walk anywhere in the summer. You can't show up to meetings. I'd be sweating and all kind of crazy
That's
stuff.
embarrassing.
It's awful.
But if I live in a hot place, if I'm in a place that's hot, I'm not even going to work for real. Like,
I'm just gonna suck it up and be unemployed.
Look.
I'm going to Phoenix to not have a job.
It's one of those things where like
forget about it.
I'm done with it.
That's crazy.
Well, you know
crazy.
what? At least I'm honest. Okay,
Fair enough.
I need something temperate.
Okay,
that's what I'm
all
built
right.
for.
All right.
But you know, since we're back. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by Jenette Hastings, a multimedia journalist with NBC29 in Charlottesville who is passionate about mentoring aspiring journalists, sharing her personal journey, and using her platform to uplift stories that might otherwise go untold. But for me, I'm most excited about her being our next interview on this episode of Envision Radio.
This is a very meta moment.
This is so meta.
Interview the interviewer.
We're interviewing the interviewer.
She's interviewed me a bunch of times. I'm going to ask her a bunch of questions.
So excited.
You've interviewed Price?
I'm going to ask her a bunch of crazy questions.
Price.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. He was one of the most articulate people.
Is he really?
He makes up words I've never heard.
He do make up words. No. You said
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
He do make up words.
Did you know fidelity can be used for positive things?
I make up words.
He does. He make up
half of the sayings on this side of the mic.
I don't know half the words he talking about. I am not well read.
Like
Listen, half the stuff on this side of the mic, I gotta go. Did you just make that up? And you look at me and go, maybe.
I did. I make up stuff. I do. Help the show, entertainment.
That's right. We're in the entertainment business now. We're just drifting further away from.
We don't even have to tell the truth.
Yeah, no. What is it? The truth is what I say it is. So
boom.
There you go.
We're media moguls. We own 90% of this town's entertainment. And we're gonna do whatever we want.
That's a lot.
Yeah, y'all should put the cameras up. Definitely.
I know.
Definitely got to put the cameras
up. The breakfast, the lunch club.
We gotta figure that out.
The brunch club.
Oh my Lord, Jenette, how are you?
I'm wonderful. I got a day off.
Hey.
Is that right?
I mean, yeah, because
Oh,
they don't let them out.
I mean, reporting, it's like you can't just show up at noon.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
so reporting is 24/7.
I mean, your day starts soon as you get
you
in.
Can't even sleep. They got news 24. The news happening at 2 in the
what
morning.
if it's slow?
Has it ever been slow?
We're in Charlottesville. It's always slow.
That's what I'm saying. So what is that?
We don't got no news.
It's all relative.
It's
right?
difficult because being a reporter, you really kind of by default you kind of have to actively force yourself when you're not working to separate.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like when I first moved here and I first started doing this, I found myself constantly on the phone looking for stories.
Sure.
At work, not at work, and I had to say, okay, you know what? I got to separate this because when I'm at home with my family, I need to be at home with my family. And so it makes it a little more difficult when you live in an area like Charlottesville. I'm not sure if y'all know, but in the news business, this is Market, I believe, 176.
I love that. I'm going to start using that.
Yeah?
Yep.
Live from Market 176?
Live from Market 176.
Well, let me explain to you what the markets mean.
Okay. I don't know. Hey, maybe not. Put a pause on that. Yeah.
So Charlottesville is one of the smallest markets in the United States.
How is that?
Why?
I think it goes by population in the area. So, for instance, and it'll make sense when I start breaking down. Top 5 markets: New York, L.A., Atlanta, Chicago, Memphis, I think. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. That
makes
and then
sense.
they start, like, where I'm from, Virginia Beach, is in market 44. So Virginia Beach is a top 50 market.
Oh, so we're being
they're
ranked.
ordered. They're
It's a
ordered.
ranking.
Not ranked like how good you are. It just means that
Ordered by size.
By size, exactly. Right. So where I interned at WVIR in Portsmouth, Virginia, is night and day from where I work at.
Sure.
They're a bigger market. They have cameramen, people who run the prompter that you've been on our set. Y'all know.
Are you doing those community connections still?
Yeah, I did one yesterday for the Chamber. Shout out to the Chamber.
The one to watch. She the one to watch.
That's what it was about.
Look at that. See.
Okay, so we're
you got on the news. You got hold on time out. You got on the
that.
news talking about yourself. You went on.
It was
you
so
went on, that's
weird.
Crazy.
It was so weird.
Hi, I'm Marky. I'm awesome.
It was so weird.
You just got a
He
spot
was
to
like,
talk
so
about
you
yourself.
talk about yourself?
That's
I was like,
crazy.
I guess so.
You had Steve up there looking crazy.
No, he was really doing the heavy lifting. He was like, so you won this award, right? And it was really cool, right? I was like, you know what?
It was you talking about the award you won.
Yes, it was very awkward. They asked me to do it.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very gracious.
Grateful. He asked me before we won. He's like, now that you won this award, like, are you gonna start looking down on us regular people? And I was like, yeah.
Yes, I already have.
Oh, Steve is a clown.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's like that all the time. Just so you know, it never turns off. When I say never, it never. You really have to be like, if you're talking about something serious, Steve, you know I'm serious. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my Lord, that's great.
Like,
So
okay.
maybe in the show we don't start in the same place because we actually didn't even start at her beginnings.
I don't know that we've got to the beginning yet.
We haven't.
We launched into
We
a whole
introduced
thing. We didn't
intro.
even start. We're already 6 minutes in. We didn't even start to the beginning yet.
Well, how we usually start.
That's fair. That's right.
We ask, for people who may not know you, like where you come up. Tell us how you got here. Woo! A little bit about yourself and your background.
Woo!
Okay. Is it a good woo?
That is a loaded question.
Okay.
Loaded question. I will start off by saying this. I say this a lot when I meet people and I'm interviewing people. I am an unorthodox reporter as far as my trek and my journey here. Much different than my counterparts. I'm old.
Is that the difference? People
starting off, it's one of the differences.
Okay.
Most reporters, fresh out of college, 20, 21, single, no children yet. You know what I mean?
Because you got, that's your life for a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, right? I started, I didn't even go back to college till I already had 4 children, going on 5 children. So, but going to the beginnings, I will say that, I'm from Virginia Beach.
Hey. 2 up, 2 down.
2 up, 2 down.
757? I did my time in the 757.
What's his name? Pharrell spot.
That's it?
Yes, actually from right down the street where Pharrell went to school, Princess Anne High School. Matter of fact, the street that I just moved from, I don't know if y'all saw it on social media, but they gave Timberland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's the street.
Is that right?
My son is on the street right now at his girlfriend's house. Yes. Yeah, it's in Salem. So I'm from Virginia Beach, interracial parents, met in the Navy. My mother's Black, my father's white.
Hey.
Older brother, came from a military family. Unfortunately, my story isn't a good one.
Okay.
I had a really hard upbringing, and not per se like as far as like my parents struggled financially. Growing up in the 90s, at the time, I didn't really see many people who looked like me. And I'll say looked like me in a way where towards the end of the 90s, I started seeing more like mixed girls, but I had never met anyone who had a Black mom and a white dad at that time. Now
That's you, ain't it?
It was me.
Oh, really?
We are us.
Look at each other's eyes.
I didn't know that.
That's crazy.
Yep. At that time,
It is the rarer of the parents.
okay.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we're talking about even a time where being mixed and having a white mother at that time still was newer.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was more common.
Yeah.
But I hadn't ever met anybody yet
With a Black mama.
With a Black mama.
I don't like that.
And my mama was a black mama. My mom's from North Philadelphia.
Not North Philly.
Yeah. I was about to say, you about to say that
Yeah.
too?
No. Mine's from Richmond, but yeah.
But so yeah, I had a rough start. I'll say that. I had a really, really rough start. That's it kind of jumps around, but it's gonna come full circle and explain a lot why I gravitate towards the stories I do, why I understand a lot of the elements in certain communities the way I do, because again, the start was just so fractured. I got in a lot of trouble when I was younger, really young, like 12 years old, being arrested Yeah, it was really, really, really tough. Didn't graduate high school. I'm in the senior section, but I didn't even graduate, and ended up getting my GED in New Jersey, and started community college in my early 20s, and then had 2 kids and life.
What took you to New Jersey?
I just got in the car and drove up there with a friend. I was homeless.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
why New Jersey?
I don't know. We wanted to go to New York.
She was just going, and you was like,
no, she won't even go in either. Look, we had nowhere to go fast. But I think at that time we just, it was hot in here. I don't know. We just said, let's just go to New York. I had been, so my parents put me out the house on my 18th birthday. And this is 2005.
Okay.
World was a lot different, technology-wise, communication-wise. Things were a lot different. So I kind of I explain it as, you see the videos, you hear the stories of parents who take their babies and put them over the water and just drop them and say, okay, they're going to learn how to swim.
Yeah.
That's kind of what was done with me. But I couldn't make it at the time. It was really hard. So I suffered from homelessness and all that stuff. And then I had my first child at 19, met his father in New Jersey. And came back to Virginia 6 months pregnant with him, really nowhere to go. And just the cycle of struggle after that, just...
But you ended up getting your GED when you were in New Jersey.
Yes, I did. So I came back with a baby and a GED.
That sounds like an improvement. I don't know.
Yes, I did get a GED. And I learned a lot from that experience. And so I would say like my whole 20s was just this roller coaster of trying to find my way and knowing what I was capable of, but not having the support system to do so. That's why family and support is so important. Super, super important. Having people to fall back on and have your back. I didn't have that yet. And so I didn't, fast forward to my career now, I would say maybe I was turning 30, having my 4th child. And I said, you know what? I am so tired of just working these dead-end jobs and working at a place that I know is not going to be my career.
Right.
And I want to do what I want to do. I want to do a job that every day if I get up and go to, it's not going to feel like I'm going to work because I really want to do it. And so I went back to the community college called TCC in 757. And it's funny how things work because in 2008 when I first started TCC, I was going the nursing route just because my family was medical and, nursing's basically like good job. You get paid good. They're in demand. But it wasn't really what I wanted to do, which is hence why I didn't keep up with it. I didn't stick with it. But when I came back later on in life, they said, we have a new curriculum route. We have a new degree route for communications. I said, oh, well, what does that?
What does communications mean?
What does that entail? What can I do if I do that? And then they started, I said, that's it right there. That's what I want to do. I had done a lot of acting and stuff too.
Oh, you was acting?
Yes. I like that spirit.
And plays and stuff?
Plays, commercials.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, plays, commercials. It's so ironic. Me and my fiance are watching The Walking Dead right now. And in 2013, I got casted in a short film with Chad Coleman from The Walking Dead. Yeah. Well, he was on The Wire too. And Tim Reed.
That sounds familiar.
He's a father from Sister.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And so I've done, I had dabbled in that. And I really, really loved doing that. But in this area, acting, that business, especially for minority, there's not many opportunities.
Okay.
Almost all the roles I would get were like just open casting calls, and I would show up or I would submit. And but it was very rare as far as my demographic. Most of the casting calls would say, Caucasian lead and stuff like that. So, but I had already dabbled in that and loved it. So when I saw that trek, I said, okay, that's what I want to do. And just said, okay, we're going to start this journey somehow. Like I said, I had 4 kids by this time. Working full-time, single mother. I've been a single mother most of my adult life. Off and on, I've had partners here, but the constant has been me with my children, with us. So I was working full time, now going to school, breaking it down how I can, some classes here, couple classes there, and that was about 8 years ago. And graduated with my associates, transferred to ODU, got my internship at WVIR 10. Again, I told you, it's a big station down there. I'm not sure if you're at the area. And I graduated 2 years ago. So funny story. Y'all probably know a couple of my friends that I went to school with. So y'all know Destiny Harris, who just left us?
Yeah.
And y'all know Amaya, who just left us?
Mitchell?
Yes.
Yeah.
So funny story. Destiny was in my class.
Oh my gosh.
At ODU.
Okay.
And,
that's crazy.
And our current reporter, Gabby Womack. So we were all three in the same class.
Charleston's starting to feel like a big market. I know we taking all the graduates.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will say this. So many of the reporters coming out of here are going on to bigger things.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
they're
good.
going on. They're moving up, which is not too hard to move.
So this
up
is a
from here.
launching. Charlottesville is a launching pad.
There you go.
It is. It really is. It really is a launching pad. But so it's interesting. We were all in the same news class, and the reason I picked ODU is because when I was in TCC, and I'm a vision, like I have a blueprint in my head of when I decided to get my life together. Was okay. I want to make it here. What are these specific steps that I need to do to get there? And so I had started looking at. I knew I wanted to get my bachelor's. Started looking at the colleges around there: Norfolk State, Virginia Wesleyan, other colleges. And the news director, the executive producer for Wavy, was teaching news classes at ODU. I said, "Well, that's where I'm going.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm going there." And that was the class that I met Destiny, that I met Gabby, that I met. Well, Maya met at the station. During my internship, she was working there. But yeah, so we all kind of ended up
In the same place.
in the same place at different
That's
times.
crazy.
Yeah, at different times.
What are you pointing at me for?
For the ad.
My ad break?
Keep time.
If you are just popping in, this is Envision Radio from the United Way of Greater Charlottesville and City of Promise, News Radio 98.9, 1070 AM WINA. Price is here. Mark is back.
Boom.
Hanging out here with Jenette Hastings. A big thanks to our sponsor, our friend, the Jefferson School Foundation. That's jeffersonschoolfoundation.org. They're still a sponsor, right?
Yes.
we haven't checked on that, but they're great. We love them. Big friends, big fans. So all right, so keep us going. So we're at ODU.
Yeah, we're at ODU, and I'm sorry. Y'all gonna ask me different questions? I'm so sorry. Am I just going on too long?
Oh yeah, no. Here's
don't
the
care.
other thing that we
We don't care
forgot
about
to preface about, like, we send those questions out
Gotcha, as a
mostly.
basis?
Well, and also we've had all kind of different folks in here. Some people are really comfortable. Some
Some
people
people
are really
are-
uncomfortable. Some people. Everyone that works for UVA has to sort of
They have to vet the
them
questions.
with various people, so it just gives us an organizing
Gotcha,
principle.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, some
I
people
think
vet.
that our hit rate's about 8%.
Yeah.
Like, we don't ever really get to them.
Okay, cool.
No. I've had a person be like, "Do not ask me nothing that's not on this list."
Yo, yeah. We've had yeah.
So shout out to them.
And like we've
And
had
I
some
was like,
people in
okay.
here that, like, you ask them a question and they nod. So some
Yeah.
people we have to, like.
See, well, I
you
guess
know.
it's perfect that you're interviewing a journalist because, see, I know that you got to answer the question in the form of, you know what I mean?
You
yes.
restate the question,
Yes.
answer the
No,
question. Yeah,
yes.
sure,
So,
sure,
what's
sure.
going on? You feeling good? Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
right. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
give me a little bit more about the yes.
Anything. Yeah, truly.
Yeah. And then some people just get it. They're like, well, I think that I should come along because.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh, okay, you get it. So, no, I totally understand. I'm actually, and I say this all the time. I said to you when I interviewed you, I'm a completely non-traditional. I don't like the preliminary questions. That's just me. I like to just have an organic
No,
Go
so
for
do,
it,
so
yeah.
do we.
Conversation.
But because we set the standard with some people when they need it,
Absolutely.
it
It was a great question. So these
No.
are really good.
You should see. People are serious about
That
it.
makes me feel better because I was sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, am I getting too off topic?
No.
Okay.
We don't. I think we do we ask two questions. But once even people who are like, please answer the questions as we get started, they start talking in a way that's like, oh, we can't get back to the. You taking us
we're
on
gone.
such a journey
yeah,
already.
yeah.
You told us you used to fight with WWE. Well, how am I going to ask you? How am I going to ask you about your nonprofit background when you just now said you and John Cena went to breakfast last week?
I am
We
so
just gonna have to go with that, right? Like,
weak.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Okay, I got you. But what I'll do is I'll keep these because I can talk, and so I'll just keep these as a reference to kind of
And then
keep
just-
it.
You talk about whatever you want. We're just here for moral support,
I
really.
realized on your great list of questions that I kind of skipped over an important element. I didn't tell you what drew me
yeah.
to outside of I always kind of have this thing for acting and stuff, but no. See, forgot. Growing up in the archaic age of cable,
Okay.
Yes.
my childhood,
You know about
elementary-
that? You know about cable?
Yeah, I mean, aren't they just rebuilding? Aren't they reinventing cable
They
right
are
now?
reinventing cable. They were just
The
bundling all
Netflix and the
the
Netflix and the
it's
Warner Brothers
ridiculous.
mergers, baby. It's cable.
stupid.
I mean, they're literally
So
trying to make
stupid.
cable now. Like when we
It's
moved,
cable.
when we moved up here, and because in 757 we have Cox. Up here we have
Yeah.
Xfinity. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, we got to get cable so you can watch me on TV. Even cable now is just an app. They were
Yeah,
like, okay, well,
yeah.
just download the Xfinity
Xfinity
stream
app.
app.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't
an app.
feel like cable though. It just still feels like a
Doesn't make
streaming app.
sense. Yeah.
So we just dropped it.
Yeah.
But you still got to log into the app.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, we don't need this.
That's crazy.
Do people have cable these days?
Yes.
I mean, yes, because some
Well,
things.
because we have Xfinity, but it's like.
Yeah, but the networks, you need like a cable subscription to access some of the stuff.
Okay.
So if you like want to watch, if you're really a Law & Order fan and you want to watch Law & Order on the USA app, you either need to subscribe to like USA or have a cable subscription.
Right.
That's then tied to the whole cluster of nonsense.
It's so I got 16. I think I have 16 is probably a lot, but I have like 8
streaming apps.
And
how often do you probably actually watch them?
I'm not watching them often.
I watch honestly, my normal go-to is for whatever one. Like right now, we're watching The Walking Dead and it's on Netflix.
Right.
So I got Peacock, I have Hulu, I
have all of.
It's too many options.
You can't even pick one a day.
Options.
You can't even watch one a week.
I just exclusively watch kids shows and sports.
What do you use? What are you watching on?
It just depends because the NFL's on Amazon Prime
NFL
and Netflix and every other thing.
I hate that. To watch you need NFL YouTube TV.
Yes.
I tried to watch the games and you cannot watch them for real.
It's crazy. I'm watching like a Simpsons telecast of an NFL. Like what is going on? It
doesn't make any sense. You can't watch things.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. And it's too much. See, back when I was growing up, that's why a lot of people who grew up, 80s babies who grew up in the 90s, our memories of our childhood show. See, now, these kids growing up now, for instance, in 20 years, when you ask them, what'd you watch growing up? Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the collective, we watched Arthur.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons.
Sad.
We watched, Spider-Man, the X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
They're going to be, I was watching this influencer on YouTube. My kids just stare at YouTube.
Yeah, you ever watch Recess?
Yes.
You know about Recess?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, see, classic things, but now it's such a different array of options. To me it's too many because now we're looking at other people to tell us what we should go try because it's too. And most of these shows are an hour-long episodes. You got to get into
it's
it.
So long.
I don't got time to hang in there for 3 episodes if it ain't worth it.
And they only have like 8 episodes. Like then they split the seasons in half. Like
it's crazy.
Cable is TV is dead. Hollywood is dead. We don't know
it's a dying business. It's a dying business.
The model doesn't make sense.
Are you a Stranger Things person?
Yeah, I used to. Yes, I have not seen the new season, but
Didn't
I used to be.
They do something crazy with this season where they like split it in like
yes,
weird...
they split.
Yeah.
They do that. But they did that
with.
It.
It was like,
I've never seen any. I don't know anything about it.
You ever watched Stranger Things?
You know from the beginning.
Let me tell you this.
No, because here's the big. I haven't watched Game of Thrones either, and here's my thing.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones either.
You talk about attention span.
Well, who hasn't watched Game of Thrones?
I haven't.
But you know why? I'm an Aquarius, and I want to be different. And when I heard it was super popular, I was like, I'm not like all them other people.
I did that too.
It's too late.
I did that too.
I just missed it. Like I just
you
missed
just
the
missed
boat.
it?
So by the time people were like, "Hey, there's this show," I'm like, "Oh, what season?" They're like, "Season 4." And here's the immense backstory. I was like, "Oop, I'm out."
I've never seen none of that.
I didn't see. I'm always a person that gets on the bandwagon real late.
Me too.
My mother was the one who said, "You gotta watch Game of Thrones."
My dad loves Game of Thrones. All those people must have got on it early.
Really?
Look, he loves it. He rewatches like a comfort thing.
It's that good, but I will tell you.
Isn't it about like murder?
Oh, it's about everything. And then, so my grandmother too, she was like, "Oh, your grandmother loves it." She matter of fact, her HBO subscription, she said she gonna cancel when the show ends. When I watched the first episode, I said, my grandmother's watching.
Yes, right?
I don't know what it's about. Dragons?
It's like people getting beheaded and all kind of crazy stuff.
I should watch it, y'all. It was
really
a cultural phenomenon.
It is, to me, the best
huge.
written.
Oh, is it?
So good.
My dad talks about that final season like it killed his life.
They ruined it with the final season. Don't get me wrong. But every other season besides
perfect writing, but the last season's no good.
The writing on Game of Thrones is so incredible. There's a reason why I had the posters. I had the mouse pad.
My dad loves it.
I had an authentic lamp I ordered from the HBO show. There's a reason.
It's too late to get into it.
It's not. I didn't get into it till.
Then they got 3 spinoffs.
I didn't start.
House of the Dragons or something else. My dad watches that too.
I couldn't get in the spinoff.
Okay.
No, I couldn't do that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't. But I did get into. I didn't start watching Game of Thrones so
after
were waiting for the final 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was already had passed, but I just binge it. It really is that good. But what I was saying about cable.
Sorry.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know how we got here. Cable and how you got into the business.
When I used to come home from school growing up,
Yeah.
I mean, truly, this is truly what my household was like. If my parents weren't at work. When you came home in those days, your parents had on the 5 o'clock news. Mm-hmm. That was just the norm. In the living room, the news was playing. It was just the norm. You put
I
on
watched
channel.
the OJ trial like that.
Huh?
Did you really?
That's how I watched the.
You came home from school and watched the OJ trial?
I was 4 years old. I remember with my grandma. That's how I watched it. We're the same age ish.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw you doing. I saw you doing the math. I saw you doing the math.
Call me racist. Okay, carry the.
I saw you doing the math.
So I'm 87.
Yeah, I'm 88.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, when OJ. I mean, and I don't even mean to like get like so somber and bring the mood down, but I was just talking about Columbine, and I remember the day coming home from school, my mother watching CNN, and I remember oh my God, this happened. It was such a big, this is before, unfortunately, and sadly it has become such a norm. But I remember when it wasn't the norm yet, which I'm so thankful of that. But yes, to go back, that's kind of what started it. And then everyone used to say, like, I've always been the person like coming to work, but like, y'all hear what happened last night?
That's perfect for journalism.
That
is the journalism.
So literally,
that is the journalism.
Anybody who knows me is like this. They've been saying for years, Jenette is perfect for this. She's always telling somebody what's going on,
and now she's doing it for the living.
Doing it for a living. And matter of fact, this is going to cross over to. It's gonna be edited, right?
Yeah, well,
y'all got some good questions up here, but nonetheless, that's how I got started. So if we want to kind of jump to like more of the present now, we can do that. Because this.
How do you choose the stories you write, or the stories you visually tell?
So. This is y'all probably gonna find this interesting because it's going back to what y'all were saying about like the questions about the market sizes and how you find stories. So the catch-22 about moving to Charlottesville as a soon-to-be wife and mother, it is a wonderful place to raise a family. There's not a lot of crime. I know y'all might think it might be a lot of crime, but I don't think it's a lot of crime. I'm about to say because down in Norfolk, Virginia, it is Gotham City down there.
No, it's a different. It's all relative.
I'm sure.
Right?
Norfolk and them.
It's how about this? I believe the amount of crime is so different here than it is where I'm from. They have an assignment desk in their news stations down there. I mean, there's a dedicated person
doing the crime.
Who's
doing the crime.
Who's listening to the scanners, who's watching the emails, who's watching social media, and feeds out these stories to the reporters, right? Here, when there's a shooting, and which obviously is terrible, it's like a big thing on who's going to call it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, and that's how it works here is basically you see it first, you call it. So as you can imagine, when there's not a lot going on, it's hard. So really got to get creative. You got to get creative. You kind of got to find, the angles you take on stories and kind of to go on some of the other questions about what type of stories you do and stuff like that. We don't, because we are a small market, we don't have beat reporters.
I was going to say, is it a beat? You have a beat?
No, we don't have beats. Honestly, we can't because it's not enough.
So you're all on the same beat. The news.
We gotta be. UVA should be its own beat, as you know. UVA
that feels like a beat.
Well, especially now with all the stuff going on, that's a whole thing into itself.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. Of, UVA politics. I don't like politics.
Right, you said that's not my beat.
That is not. When I say that's not my beat,
I want to do something culturally relevant.
And it's really hard because I'm not sure if y'all can tell. I'm a very opinionated person. Right is right, wrong is wrong to me. I know what I believe in. And so in the field of journalism, you have to be non-biased. And you have to deliver things, obviously, and say them in a non-biased way. And so that, I'm not going to say it's been a challenge for me because I'm a thespian, but the last 6 months have been the reality of, being at home and talking about these current events and these things you're seeing going on in the world with your partner, your spouse, and then the very same stories you're, at night pillow talking like, I can't believe you sleep. And then you come in the next day and you gotta, so today, and so personally, I don't care for those stories because everything that's going on politically is just so wrong to me. It's so wrong. I hate it. Every day is something new. Every day is, we're
living in unprecedented times.
Unprecedented.
Oh, very unprecedented.
Very unprecedented. Scary. There's a lot that goes on the news that directly impacts me that doesn't impact my comrades, and that's not a bad or good thing. It's just, like I said, I've been a single mother, for instance.
Sure.
Food stamps. How to use my resources.
Right.
Not too proud to say it either. You need help.
Right.
I've gotten assistance for my kids from these Christmas organizations around here. So a lot of things come in. I personally
feel it.
So I'm like, I want to cover this one.
Right.
Because I really understand what food stamps not hitting in November mean for people. I have been, and still am, to a certain degree. Now, granted, now I do have a partner, and before a year ago, I didn't. And so, like, that announcement, the food stamps weren't dropping, in November. I remember, if this was a year ago, the fear I would have had on what am I going to do, truly. How am I going to feed I don't have family to call. I don't have, you know what I mean? It was truly these kids' Christmases, how they get fed is completely on me. And so that, definitely affects how the stories I'm trying to find and the people I'm trying to connect with to tell stories that a lot of people, I think, in maybe the media maybe haven't lived through those type of things yet. You know what I mean? And it doesn't mean that they can't tell the story well.
Right.
It just, it's a different
place. You have a different perspective on the story, right?
Yes, that's exactly. I have a different perspective. But those are definitely the stories that I gravitate to, are the human element stories that show the human condition, and feel good stories. I know that's not realistic to, in this business. Let's be real. Most people, when they watch the news, they're waiting for those.
It's the NASCAR car wreck.
Yeah, they're waiting for that's what
the shooter drop.
That's what gets the most clicks. That's what gets the most shares. I saw, I'm off today, but I did see last night to Augusta County. Did y'all see that? To Augusta sheriffs.
You're more tuned into what's going on.
Jenette Hastings reporting live.
Yeah, tell us, what is it?
I saw, 2 officers in Augusta County got shot last night.
No, I did not hear it. I need to get the news.
Yeah, serving a warrant. So even with political stories, for instance, even though that's not what I care for, not my forte, y'all, whoever wants them, you can have them. I do know as a journalist, I have to look into them.
Right?
Yeah, you have to look into them.
And I still need to, I can't just only tell these stories, because that's what part of being a journalist is. That means regardless if I relate to it or understand it or not, I have to deliver it to the masses to where they understand it.
Yeah, because your things aren't happening in a vacuum. Your human condition stories aren't happening in a vacuum. They happen in the reality we live in. And all those other stories, all the stories are connected somehow.
Yes.
True. We are one. If you are jumping in, this is Envision Radio from the United Way of Greater Charlottesville and City of Promise, News Radio 98.9, 1070 AM WINA. Price, Markey, Jenette Hastings here, hanging out. Big thanks to our sponsor, to our friend, the Jefferson School Foundation. That is jeffersonschoolfoundation.org. Talk a little bit about just, journalism in an era where I would probably argue that information is more important than ever, but less reliable. It's very accessible. I think it's just very unreliable. And I'm not. And this is not even an AI issue, which I think is certainly going to make it worse on the multimedia front. But I just mean think about the way in which even now a guy like Bezos buys the Washington Post to then make the point that, the housing market collapsing isn't my fault, it's Avocado Toast's fault, or whatever, right? Yeah. There's the consolidation of sort of power and resources now coming for something that was meant to be independent and reliable and unbiased. What does that mean, not only for the institution, but for people like you who work in it? Do you feel pressure to either say things or report on things or not say things that you're I know 100% this is true, but it doesn't align with whatever the incentives of who's paying my paycheck has?
That is a great question. And I will say probably on a larger scale, maybe more on national outlets, it might be more controlled. But the good thing I can say, my experience, and I am new to this, here in Charlottesville at my station, is there's nobody telling me how I need to say things and what I need to say. And I do appreciate that.
Right.
I didn't know what to expect, right? But no. Outside of, your script getting checked for grammatical errors and maybe the way you organize things, I've never had anyone say you can't say this. I'll be honest, there's actually some stories that I've left sound bites in or something.
Usually that's going to come, they'll cut that.
Where I'm thinking, did I, share too much, or did I say something?
That's good, because I thought every business in the whole world had a person on the staff saying you can't say that.
They have not yet told me.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and I'm just thinking about all the, this Vanity Fair thing that's been going around.
I just showed my fiance this morning. I said, have you seen the wonderful pictures of Carolyn Levitt?
So have you seen this Vanity Fair thing? So
Markiana, please tell me you haven't seen these pictures.
sort of.
Hold on, what happened?
So he was writing sort of profiles on kind of the Trump inner circle. So Stephen Miller and Caroline Levin.
Okay,
I'm
back with y'all. I'm back with y'all. I do. No,
but then they published these hilarious sort of portraits.
But you know
of
those
them.
photos are saying a million words.
Well, that's what was really interesting,
y'all.
right? And so we've gone into this sort of like clandestine.
Oh no, I saw that, but I was like, "This is." So I followed.
I thought it was a spook. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was AI when I saw her. I said they wouldn't put that picture.
No,
on her
I
lips
saw it
like
on Instagram, and I was so confused. You ever like you're
me
scrolling,
too. I said,
so you're confused. I said, "Okay, Vanity, I follow y'all, so I like your little content."
Yeah.
And so I click into it. I was like, "This is so weird," but really fast. I'm like, okay, because I'm annoyed that y'all are doing this thing, I'm going to keep scrolling. But then I started seeing people talk about, did you see how they did them?
Mm-hmm.
I said, was it a joke?
I think it was all intentional.
Sure.
But I think it was intentional on a level where you can't say it was.
It's plausible deniability.
Plausible deniability. I would never. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send y'all a video when I'm done.
It was really clever.
Okay, now
it was really clever. Yeah.
And that's what art does. That's the beauty of art. Art is where you can look at those pictures and you can see
we know what's going on.
Yeah. I looked at them and clearly
you could tell it was satire or like that it was satirical. Like
anyone who would post that picture of Caroline Levin.
It was crazy.
You saw every imperfect.
It was crazy.
I'm like, they did me like that.
Yeah.
But to me, it was intentional.
Yeah.
It was intentional.
Oh yeah. Someone tweeted they were like, "That guy's not getting invited back to the White House."
They are. First of all, we live again in unprecedented times where we do have an administration that is trying to suppress journalists. I mean, and that is not my opinion. That is a fact. I mean, you can look on CNN and all these news outlets and see the interactions and the thing. I mean, remember the Pentagon even announced only certain outlets could
I saw that.
report.
And it's like mostly like YouTubers and stuff, right? And so, I mean, I guess that too, like your profession has been so diluted over the years. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean from the standpoint of, I guess, what we used to consider journalistic integrity? You can say anything you want now. Anything you want.
Now, when you say anything you want, do you mean as far as the journalists or you mean as far as other entities?
Well, I mean, as far as like if you're someone in a White House press briefing and we go, hey, are tariffs good or bad for consumers? You could say they're great for consumers. People go, oh, okay, tariffs are great for consumers. And every economist is like, hold on, time out, pause. Like, no, absolutely not. Like, I have a Nobel Prize in economics. That's not true. The consumers will bear the brunt of the tariffs, and they just go, nope. And you're like, what?
Right.
You know, so I guess
you mean as far as a journalist, how is it when you know this is BS to the max?
I mean, I guess here's the big question is like, what's the point? Like, do you ever have that day where you're like, why am I even doing this? Why am I working hard to gather facts, to tell the truth, to tell a story, when in reality, it's just going to land on a bunch of jabronis who are going to sort of
they already had their opinion. They're either over here.
Or they don't care.
Or they don't care, or they're over there.
Like, is that true? Am I overreacting to that? Because sometimes I feel like,
I think you're absolutely right. Because I struggle. Let me tell you something. I struggle with that aspect of things. I'll be honest. Okay, so one, I love what I do. I love what I do. Most importantly, the stories I tell for the people I meet. I love what I do. I do wish, and maybe one day that's where I'm gonna work towards. I would personally rather be on a platform where I can tell the news, but I can also say my opinion with it.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
I would love to.
You can be a person.
Yeah, I would love to.
That's true.
I think we're in dangerous territory, and I say this. As a matter of fact, I made a comment to some other day, and I said, let's stop covering this man. Let's stop even showing what he's saying.
Yeah.
Let's stop. It's crazy. It's dangerous, and that's my problem with it. There's news, but then we know we have this person here who is dangerous for us, who's pushing a rhetoric that is dangerous for this world. The irony of the fact that the White House ballroom is being torn down at the same time that all of our principles. I mean, have you seen the plaques? Please tell me.
Oh, my Lord.
Okay, so another thing about the internet is
they were like, he hand wrote some of them. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, obviously he did.
No, but y'all, I'm a person that literally doesn't believe anything I see.
I'm sure.
Because of AI stuff.
Oh, it's real.
Yeah, sure.
So I saw those, and why I was like, oh, that's fake.
I might have thought that too until the legit. That's always what I do. Like, when my friends, a lot of times my friends are like, you hear about this, such and such. You know,
everything's
first
fake.
thing I always ask him, let me see where you're reading this from, because I can look at a link and say, okay, that's legit. Yeah. Or
I'm terrible
look at the www dot. This is
I'm terrible. I saw that, clicked on the picture, read the plaque.
The man got a plaque saying Sleepy Joe Biden was the worst president.
No, this is hilarious. No, I literally was like, only an old person would believe that. And it backfired on me.
Wow, look at you.
It backfired on me. Wow. Because now I'm now overcorrected on not believing stuff. Because that was real.
Our fully Gen Z representative.
That is so only old people would believe that.
Yeah.
When you see crazy things, your mind has to tell you, oh, that's not real.
The thing.
That's not real.
We're living in times.
It's not real.
Where things are so preposterous.
It's so preposterous. That's impossible. It's impossible.
You keep, and I wonder if some of that kind of journalistic integrity is because like the goalposts have moved so far.
Much, yes.
Like I wonder if some of just the constant drumbeat of just like, no, that's not true. No, that's not true. Is just to maintain some sort of stasis, because I was reading something that someone said, this is just an exercise in like when you negotiate with people, right? Mm-hmm. If I only want $5 from you, I'm going to ask you for 100. Because I know you'll give me 10. I really only wanted 5. Yeah. Right? So if you push the boundary to a point where it's almost unbelievable, you'll still get more than what you ever thought you could get.
And that's what's happening.
And so this has been sort of a sociocultural exercise in like, let's see how far we can go. And let's see whatever the craziest thing is. Because I'm going to ask for a foot. I only need a couple inches, but they would have never given it to me if I asked for it. They would never give you that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The same day I seen something about everybody on the internet's talking about Patti LaBelle Medical Center. That's what I'm saying.
You are all over the place.
I'm not about to talk about Patti LaBelle pies.
No, that's what I'm saying. Everything I see, my mind I have to default that, and I think that is fake. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying they're on the internet saying that Patti LaBelle opened a hospital. I swear to God. It was all over Facebook yesterday. I'm like, and people are like, literally like, oh my God, isn't she the best? And Patti LaBelle is the best. People
will see anything and just, oh my God.
And they're spreading that
misinformation. What is your algorithm?
Yes.
What's your algorithm? That's why it's so dangerous. And that's why, and see, okay, it's a catch-22 because I always say, and I've been saying this for years, knock on wood, traditional news will be obsolete soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It will. I hate to say that it's going to be eventually. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but with technology and social media has came a whole change in that whole world. The tasks are it's just totally different. More people are going to TikTok and those outlets for their news, and which is dangerous. It's a pro and it's a catch-22 because when you're going to people who are spewing lies, right, and they're telling the news oh my God,
Patti LaBelle Hospital.
They made that up.
Is that
not
real?
Wow. No.
It's not. Why she got the scissors about to cut the ribbon?
They made that in AI.
Wow.
I went to the internet.
So
I went and Googled it, and it was like, that's a lie. And I was like, I knew it was a lie.
Oh my gosh. The other day I showed my fiance this video. It was a baby. It looked like a Ring camera. Y'all see this video?
They did that on purpose. It's the angle
the baby's
of a ring.
running off but he's on the alligator or something.
Yeah.
I thought it was real. He said, that's AI.
Yes.
I said, look, you sure? Because the way the baby fell off that alligator.
That's a Ring camera. AI can't make a Ring camera perspective. That's the literal point of the perspective.
Yeah, sure. It absolutely can.
You don't know what's true anymore. And on top of that, then you go into, for instance, when Jimmy Kimmel was temporarily, relieved. That was all politics and big business.
Sure.
The president's relationship to the people at ABC. But you're going into such dangerous territory because that's why other countries with regimes, why people literally get killed if they speak out against the regime.
Right.
That's how it starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's when you cross that line into free speech and controlled speech.
Well, how do you, when days get crazy, you're the journalist, how do you continue to want to move forward with the work?
I love what I do. I love what I do. And I love that the people that it puts me in contact with. I'll be honest, I love Charlottesville, y'all. I have so many people from back home that's like, how you liking it? We miss you down here. And I said, I love you, but I will never return. I will never return to the 7 cities. That's what we call it. I will never go back to Hampton Roads. Charlottesville has been great to me. The community y'all have up here, especially y'all, the Black camaraderie that I've noticed. I'm not saying, every place has their stuff, right?
Yeah.
I get it. But I'm talking about as a whole, for the most part, the events I've gone to that were, more community-based, and everyone, all y'all know each other. I did a toy drive for Chrissy Cakes on Saturday.
Yes, I saw that.
So many people there. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, y'all really come out here and try to do the work. Not try, are doing the work to really help the community. I didn't grow up seeing stuff like that.
Okay.
Virginia Beach is such a bigger, diluted, it's just such a bigger, different type of environment. Mm-hmm. And sadly, I hate to say, so many of the events that I've covered here, if they did do those in the 7 cities, they can't because they did do them and people always got shot or something. Oh, yeah. Mm. My kids, so this was about 2 years ago because my oldest is 18. He was 16. My daughter was maybe 15. And my daughter, and my oldest son's girlfriend went to this place called Mount Trashmore in Virginia Beach. And
I think I've heard of that.
5-10 minutes after getting there, they called me. They said, Mommy, there's a girl laying dead right in front of us. 15-year-old girl shot in her head. As soon as my kids got there, I said, and of course I'm like, see, this is, and I'm changing. The environment, I'll be honest, I'm in the house most of the time. If I'm not out here doing a story, I'm in the house. Mm-hmm. I am in the house. But nonetheless, that's why I keep doing it.
Mm. What, if you are just joining us, this is Envision Radio from the United Wave Greater Charlottesville and City of Promise News Radio 98.9, 1070 WVIR. Price, Markey, Jenette Hastings. Big thanks to our friends and our sponsor, the Jefferson School Foundation, proud owner of the Jefferson School City Center. What have the incentives of news changed? And I'm thinking about, did you ever watch that show, The Newsroom?
The Newsroom?
Yeah.
No.
That's
is it a scripted show?
I think you'll like it. Yeah.
I think I've heard of it. Is it on like
Apple TV?
Yeah, it was on HBO years ago, maybe a decade ago.
Is it like a show?
It's a show, yeah. Have you never seen The Newsroom either? Oh.
I've seen the morning show on Apple TV.
Okay.
That's with Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah.
Never seen
so The Newsroom, for both of you, was, let me see, it was 2012. So it's Jeff Daniels, who
great actor.
I know from Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yes.
Olivia Munn, Emily Mortimer, some other folks, but it's good.
Okay.
But what was interesting about that show, and I think it's an Aaron Sorkin thing, and so part of it was about this news operation that was sort of, even at its own peril, just beholden to the stories that mattered most, not the ones that were most viewed or sensationalist or even the most interesting. It was all about the ones that mattered, right?
Okay.
And so I think it's a particularly interesting corollary just to think about, like, how often in your professional experience do you see, like, what are we chasing, right? I mean, obviously social media is about attention. It's about sort of that feedback loop, which are clicks and ads and things like that. Is the purity just gone? I mean, like, have we sort of lost the plot from a standpoint of, like, we, the consumer, don't even really have a clue what's going on because we have to rely on the reporting of people who are incentivized to tell us things that, that we have no control over?
Gotcha. That's a great question. And so I'm thinking about what my news director has been telling me since I've started this. When we pitch stories, right? He always asks, why should someone watching this care about this?
Yep.
That's kind of always the gauging
Sure.
factor on when we pitch stories on what he says we can go with and we can't. Is someone going to watch this and say, I relate to this?
Sure.
All right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like with writing our scripts, for instance, our 4 o'clock show, that's when community conversation happens. I don't know if you realize, but the 4 o'clock show doesn't have our packages yet of the day. Those don't come till the 5 and 6, right?
Okay.
So the 4 o'clock show is community conversations and our teases for the 5 and 6.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
And my news director, who works with me a lot on writing my teases, has got my brain to understand the tease is what you are presenting to make people say, well, I need to tune back in at 5 o'clock to watch that story.
Right.
You give them just enough to where it's, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that no matter what, regardless, there's always going to be that set of stories that this community can relate to and affects this community, or they understand, and this community doesn't. Mm-hmm. I've done both since I've been here. I've been on stories, not a lot. I will say this, it hasn't been a lot, but there's a couple stories I can think of where I felt really out of place, and I felt so uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a world that is so foreign to me and how I operate. And like I said, it hasn't been many, but there's one in particular that I'm thinking about that I just said, when I leave here, I don't never want to be in this environment again.
Happens to me all the time.
Honestly,
it doesn't happen a lot. I leave an environment and say, well,
that was it.
Funny.
That's the last time.
This is not my cup of tea. When this turn off, I'm going to tell y'all what it was. But I said, this is not my cup of tea at all. I feel like it was a Twilight Zone. I was like, does anybody here have a soul? Is anybody here real? It's just, that's one thing that I hope to bring value to this industry while I'm here is integrity. I'm really big on that. Yeah. I'm big on how you talk to people. I'm big on how you treat people. And I've seen and I've heard a lot of stories in journalism and the world of journalism where that is completely exonerated. And just, that's one thing you'll hear a lot is like toxic this, toxic that. I'm really big on just bringing good energy, authenticity. That's huge for me. Super, super, super huge for me is authenticity. I truly believe if I was given a story, or how about this, if I was doing a story, and this goes back to your question, Price, on our stories meddled with, right? And if I was doing something like that, like an important story, and I did have someone come behind me and say, we can't say that, or you're doing too much or something to a certain extent, depending on what it was, that'd be a problem for me. Especially if I'm not, if I'm doing something in a positive way, and everything I do is for a positive reason. That's why I hate negative stories. I know they have to be told, but I feel like they only add on to this downhill slope that our country, or not even country, humanity has started on. It's just going this way. People caring so much about social media and stuff. I haven't been on social media in almost 10 years. I was off social media until I started this job. Completely. Now, granted, I know now in the field that I'm in and what I want to do.
It's necessary. Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
But I was off for 10 years, and it did so much for me in that 10 years.
Seems like a dream.
Oh, I hated it. One, I hated scrolling and seeing people and feeling jealous of what they had. And then I see them at the store. Oh, you're about to get a divorce. Girl, your kids just got locked up. Or looking at other women. You didn't see none of that on Facebook. None of that. Oh, I thought y'all was happy-go-lucky. And then, or seeing other women and feeling like, oh, gosh, I wish I looked like that. And this, that, and the third. So I got off social media, and now I'm back on because of my job, and I have to be. But even if you look, my page is so dry. I have to train myself to kind of get in. I'm the type of person, the people who know what's going on with Jenette know what's going on with Jenette. So you don't need to go to my Facebook, because the people I rock with like that, I'm talking to or I'm texting. They know Jenette moved to Charlottesville. Jenette's working at this job. Other people now see it you know what I mean? But that's just how I am with social media. But it can be used for good, but it can be used for positive. The things I see, especially under our stories, I don't know if you ever look at our comments, especially anything political.
I do look at your comments.
You see political stories, all the comments?
I see all the comments. Girl.
Really? Do you read that? Do you read the comments?
Oh yeah.
Have you?
Do you really?
I can't look away. It's like a reality
the comments
show.
I don't care about the story.
But that's so funny because look,
listen,
on everything I've ever written or published or op-ed or so, I've never read twice, and I've never read the comments.
This is insane.
I don't care.
What are you talking about?
I don't care. I don't know. It's so
funny. The comments are the story it's not the comments. They've written the story. The story has been written, and they're supposedly reading it. I don't think so, because I see some of these people like, ain't no way you read it. But
ain't no way
you read it. Hundreds of comments, and these people be crazy. It's crazy. It's a joke. You need to go look at it. Please go to any of the stories. Even stories that don't even got nothing to do with this, they gonna bring it back around. Please go look at the comments.
Comments are the story. Low-key. Yeah. Yes, and I'm going to tell you something. Look at the comments. You look at the comments under our political stories, you're going to start looking at your neighbor, the people in the car.
You need to look at the comments.
And say, hold on, who am I living amongst?
Well, then no wonder you're so cheery.
You would consider me cheery?
But you ain't never read the comments.
That is so funny.
Well, maybe if I'm not cheery already, maybe I don't even need this.
You don't need the comments, actually. So they're crazy.
And you know what? You take the good with the bad, because I read comments on my stories like, oh, great story. And
right.
And I'm like, okay. And matter of fact, I can answer one of your questions with this. You asked, what was a story that you covered that stayed with you long after it aired? We recently did Gray Media, the conglomerate that owns our station, is doing this thing called America's We the People. All right, and it's celebrating America's 250th
anniversary. Yeah.
All right, so about to get real honest here. Okay, I know my country's history.
Sure.
And so for a lot of those 250 years, that celebration does not include my ancestors.
That is correct.
Okay, and so moving to an area like Charlottesville from Virginia Beach, where I'll tell you one of my first stories was covering the new Albemarle County Courthouse opening. And the old one, the historic one's right across the street. And I didn't know, just so y'all know, I'm a history buff, but didn't know much about Charlottesville's history. Okay. And so I went across the street to get footage of the old courthouse, and I read the plaque that's there about the lynching of John Tyler James, I believe it said. And then a woman would start talking to me. I was recording that thing, and she says, make sure you get all the spirits of the slaves that were sold in this auction block. And I was like, what? And of course, I looked it up, and I said, wow. And that's when I realized a lot of the history here that I cover, for me, is very conflicting. Very conflicting. I've covered, I've been up to James Monroe's Highland, where slaves were. UVA was built from slaves. I think it's important that we don't sugarcoat that. It's what it was. It's what happened. And so going back to the 250 year, we all were assigned stories. And my story was the Gordonsville fried chicken ladies. I don't know.
Yes, I was like, you saw me there.
You were at the festival?
We talked to me. We chatted, remember? I was like, I know for a fact. I'm positive. Go look at your film.
I'm sure it was me.
Go look at your film.
I know it was you.
That Saturday?
Yes.
It was on Saturday?
Yes. It doesn't matter. Okay.
My memory is getting so bad.
We talked to each other.
We did. You're right. Yup. You had a bag with chicken in it.
I don't know that. And because you were there with your camera, you had set up your tripod, your camera.
I typically have my camera with me. Yep. Totally remember that. I got a really bad memory. So, anywho,
your story was the chicken one.
It was yes. And at first I was like, what is the story? When I started diving into it, which is going to answer multiple questions about the angle you take on your stories and stuff. A lot of times I don't know what angle I'm going to take before I go into it.
Okay.
Actually, most of the time I don't, if I'm being honest. A lot of times with journalists, you find the story as you go. You find the story as you ask questions. The story about Daryl Rivera. I don't know if y'all saw that one. That's Fluvanna County man helped save driver from burning building.
Wow.
George Rivera's brother.
Yeah, sure.
From Wartime Fitness.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Everyone knows each other. But it was George Rivera's brother.
Okay.
And he put me in contact with him. He said, hey, he tagged me on some on Facebook. He said, Jenette, you should cover this. This is my brother. And so I'm going to use this as an example because that's to date, it's up there with my top probably 5 stories I've done. And so I had a conversation with him. A lot of times I like to have phone conversations first, get a preliminary, stories like that. And then we meet up and then we film. But I like to get a preliminary background. But not until I went out and did an interview with him and his kids, and we were on the road that the accident happened in, and I started asking questions, did it come out that their younger sister passed away in a car accident a few years ago. Don't know if y'all knew that about them. That wasn't something he set off back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It took kind of questions and pulling and prying. And then I said, oh. And then he said she was getting her grad, and if I have anything to correct, my apologies, but he said she was getting her master's or something. She was in grad school in Richmond, driving on 64 at night. Single vehicle crash. No one to blame per se. She was by herself. And so when he told me that, I said, that's that gut punch with this story, right? You have someone who took his personal tragedy, lost somebody in this horrific way. And then because he said that when he pulled, when he was helping pull the man from the burning car, he was thinking, I want nobody else's family to feel, I know what we're going through. We're still going through it with the loss of our sister. And I don't want nobody else to feel that. And then in the story, I said, can you send me some pictures of her? And found out that the man didn't speak English, who was sitting there, his legs were crushed, and he was sitting there, couldn't get out the car, didn't speak no English, so he didn't know what they were saying. Daryl called their mother, who speaks fluent Spanish, and used her to translate as the car's burning up. Like, if that's not going above and beyond to help somebody and to change a life, that's the type of story that sticks with you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, like I said, a lot of times you don't know on the surface what angle you're going to take or what the message that you want to, deliver is. But I always look for something. Like, I never feel like I tell a story in a way. I always feel like my stories have a clear beginning, clear middle, and I wrap them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at stories. I'm not saying like our stories. I'm just saying in general. If you ever watched a story and you kind of feel there wasn't a conclusion or what did I get from it? What was the purpose of it? So I always want people to feel like, okay, wow, this is a story.
Let me ask you one more question before we get you out of here. Is there a story you can remember that you undersold that you were like, this is going to be stupid? And then you got to it and you were like, oh, right? Like, is there sometimes where someone gives you something, you're like, all right, like, this is a throwaway, or like, I'll do it because I have to do it because I got to do something.
Yeah.
Right? But is there one that sticks out that you were like, this is going nowhere, and it turned out to be something really cool?
Yes. I'm scared to say. Okay, yes. Gosh, it was a couple, actually. There's a couple, but I'll use one of my early stories as an example. Because again, with journalists, I'll be honest, when you start this job, you are a fish out of water. I mean, it's just like, where do I start? Where do I begin? We're MMJs, so we do everything, right? So you got to learn how to work the camera. You got to learn how to edit. I got to record this, write this. I'll be honest, I didn't know this. I bet you a lot of people don't. We also write what the anchor says.
Oh,
really?
And that's interesting.
Huh.
Yes. So like when the anchor tosses to your story,
you wrote that.
You have to write that.
Yeah.
You write everything, your T's, your all that. And so I was still kind of new. And the more meeting, they were saying something about, some bodybuilder who's a teacher and something. And it kind of just fell on my lap. I didn't pitch it. It just kind of fell on my lap. And I was like, okay, I don't know much about bodybuilding. What is this about? And so I ended up going to meet him, and it's Chris Barnes, teacher at Albemarle High School.
Yeah.
And instantly clicked with him, It was, I'll be honest, Chris Barnes was my first experience kind of feeling like how a good producer probably feels in a studio with the right artist.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And it's just magic. Pharrell in the studio with whoever.
Yeah,
It's just, we'd have made some, and it was the perfect storm. It was a perfect formula.
Yeah.
And that's how it was with Chris Barnes. And then when I started, obviously getting to know him and really quickly realized, oh my God, this is such a genuine person. He's a good dude, teacher. His story really was so amazing. It was a big deal. Like, he qualified for the master, the biggest bodybuilding thing in Tokyo at the time. It was coming up a few weeks later. And a pivotal moment in my career just far. I've only been doing this 6 months. A couple months ago, my stepson goes to Albemarle High School. Mm-hmm. And I was on their website looking for information on their sports program. Like, it was basketball or something. I'm scrolling on Albemarle High School's website, and my Chris Barnes story is on the homepage.
Oh, I love that.
I was like, oh my God.
I love that.
Right? And the moment it aired, for instance, he texted me right away. He said, this was a masterpiece. He was literally in tears. He said his family was crying. He said everyone's been calling him. That's when I said, okay, I'm on to something. I'm going to keep doing this. And let me tell you how fate happens and how things work. So my stepson, he had signed up. He's a freshman at Albemarle High School, so he had signed up for some class, I forgot, but was hating it. And the next thing I know, I get a message on the Remind app, which is what our parents use, and it says something about C. Barnes, and it's a message about homework. I said, Chris Barnes. I said, Kamari, is your teacher Mr. Barnes?
Crazy. That's how.
So he switched his curriculum, and now Chris Barnes is his teacher.
Oh, great.
And it's just,
it's the circle
really
of life.
Right. And it just goes back to, look, always want to have a good experience with people. And that's what I'll end this with. I always want people to take away from meeting me. That's, that, gosh, she's a good person. Mm. That's what matters to me. Not being ugly and dank. Or that's one thing I talk to my fiance about all the time. I don't care. Because I do want to keep this journey going. I don't want to just settle. You know what I mean? Or just stop at I want to go as far as I can go. Mm-hmm. Okay? But I want to just make sure I never lose my integrity, ever, under any circumstances. If so, I'll have to bow out gracefully and be up in here with y'all with a camera saying, okay, welcome to the Jenette.
We need a videographer.
There you go. Listen, the all call. Yeah. What else you got?
I think that's it, because it's the circle of life. It came back around. Just as she said it would.
This our last recording?
Yeah, we're going on break.
Oh, it's the last one of the year?
The last one of the year.
Because Christmas falls on a Thursday.
Christmas falls on a Thursday.
And then New Year's Day falls on a Thursday.
New Year's Day falls on a Thursday.
We'll be back next year, y'all.
Let me ask you, Price, because you have children too, right?
I do have children.
Is it me or this Christmas in particular? Yeah, I could be wrong. It just seems like financially, it's just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what your question
Listen,
is. Sure.
I spent all my money on fruit. So
on fruit?
Yeah, man, these little kids eating all kind of... My kids eat a lot of fruit.
That's such a good problem to have.
It's expensive, though.
You don't got to get kids gifts anyway. You don't got to get kids gifts.
My 2-year-old asked for a hot dog, so I think we're all right there.
How old are your kids?
Yeah, 5 and 2.5.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think we'll get the young man a hot dog and then hope for the best.
My kids eat so much broccoli. That's what it sounds like. Like, oh God,
fruit's expensive though.
Yeah,
it's
me
like
too.
every time we come out of there, it's like what we give in the store, a whole bunch of nothing, just a bunch of strawberries and blueberries, and they're gone. And I'm like, all right, well, we got to go back. Like, it kind of snuck up on me this year too. I think Christmas wise. Oh yeah. I looked at the calendar. I was like, oh Lord,
it snuck up on me.
It's
too.
right there.
It's here. It's like,
and you're still enjoy this phase with your 2 little ones. See, I have 5, and I have my 2.
That's a lot.
Well,
that's a lot of kids.
For I would say, because my oldest 18, for the last 5 years, it's been the 3 younger ones, toys, right? You can get toys. You can go to Walmart, get them toys. But the older ones, one gift a piece is like $100.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
So
that's right.
I gotta let them know this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's exactly right.
Hard.
I'm gonna keep you on my health insurance. That's your gift. That's your gift this year.
I needed the whole time.
You continue to. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, no, little kids are fun. The 5-year-old's very into it. The 2-year-old still doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, just la.
He's just here for the. He's just here to hang with whatever she's doing. But what about you? What are you doing for Christmas?
I stay in town. I haven't done all my. I don't know. I gotta go to Walmart. I don't know, girl.
I don't know. Where do you even start?
I don't know. But we do like my large family. We do a Secret Santa. So we pull names.
Okay.
And then we just got to figure out what that person wants.
From your family, like from your family?
My 30 person, like my extended family, cousins, aunts, uncles. On my dad's side, does a Secret Santa. So we all picked at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
A piece of paper with everybody's name.
Okay.
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah. So at Thanksgiving, we picked names.
Okay.
And then that person is the person you have to get a gift for.
Sure.
I think it's $50 or less.
Okay.
And so...
Are you going to have a gathering to where y'all...
Yeah, we have Christmas dinner together.
That is so nice.
On Christmas.
Okay.
That is so nice.
Did you get your gift yet? You have not gotten your gift yet.
No, I don't know. I had to call her. So I got a cousin. I can't say it because she might listen to the show.
Sure.
I got a cousin.
Okay.
I got a lot of cousins.
I can't say she might listen to the show.
I had to call her mama last week. And I said, hey, what do she like?
Right.
And she's like, she's so chill. Just get her anything.
That's worse.
That's how she said it.
That's much worse. That's not helpful at all.
Baby, get her anything. I said, thanks, Auntie. And hung up. I didn't know.
There's no follow-up?
No. She had already told me she also doesn't know. That's all.
Just get her anything.
Oh my!
I mean, you don't know either.
Gift card.
Gift card. That's what I'm gonna get her. A gift card.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Is that within the bounds? Is that within the rules? Is that within the boundaries?
Oh,
okay. Okay.
Most people don't. They usually get a gift.
Right.
Most people get gifts, but
sure. Okay. Yeah. All right.
But I know I know a couple of people I want my name. Who hopefully they pick my name because there's some really good gift givers. There's like 3 gift givers that everybody wants you to. Then they want you.
Yeah, they want to be that person.
Okay,
but one of the good gift givers got me last year, so there's no way that a good gift giver got me one this year.
That's a bummer. It's a complicated enterprise y'all got over there in the Smith household.
It is terrible.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And what's your plans for Christmas?
Nothing will be here. We got the our whole family lives here on both sides. So
so y'all both from Charlottesville.
We went to Elmore together. Yeah.
Oh, you went to high school.
High school sweethearts. I don't know. I just made that up. I don't know if that's true.
We how old are we? We met in 2004. Yep. We've been at it a while.
20 years? Almost more than 20 years.
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah. The joke now is we've known each other longer than we haven't.
True.
Yeah.
So,
true. Yeah. That's beautiful. I love it. Let me tell you something. I am here for it.
Seasons of life. Yep.
It's hard.
Happy holidays.
I had a different blood type back in 2004. I was such a different person.
Happy holidays to you.
It is. It's a lot.
You go through a lot of changes.
Sure.
High school and then after high school and then, oh my gosh, you go through so many. And then children change you. So I commend you.
How young's your youngest?
4.
Oh, you got a baby too?
Oh, I got a baby too. So let me tell you this real quick, okay? I have to tell y'all this. I'm gonna end this Christmas on a beautiful love story.
Good.
And a story about why I'm here. So real fast, I told you I graduated ODU 2 years ago, okay? And I had a job in the industry already kind of waiting on me, but the schedule, being a single mother with 5 kids. I know you have 2, so I know you can.
I got 2, but I also am married. So
but
like I can't even do the math on that.
Appointments,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
And them getting sick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My job had been, I was a property manager for 7.5 years, and that job, again, got me through school. They would work with me. I could leave for classes early, everything. And so I couldn't, when I was offered the job, I couldn't take it at the time though, because I'm like, would my kids get, you know what I mean? My job lets me work from home when I need to. And I know not just any job is going to be okay with that. And I had to have that. So at the time I said, I can't leave. So I just was waiting. So I watched my friend, Destiny come up here, start her career, Maya. So proud of that. I was like, oh God, this is so amazing watching them do this. And us talking about it. I remember the first day of class with Destiny. It's what helped me and her hit in front of we were waiting for the teacher. And I was like, what you going to school for? She told me, and she wanted to be a reporter, and we just knew it, and we also knew within each other that, oh, you're going to really do this, and and so we just became friends. But it was really hard watching them start this journey, and my hourglass was already tipped because I'm already over 30, and reporters don't start late.
They start at 13.
They start
13.
They start at puberty, okay? So it was really, I was so happy for them. I was like, God, when's it going to be my turn? Is it ever going to be my turn? I really started saying it's never going to happen. So last year, I met my now fiance, and I was already, as far as dating, it's very not easy to date with 5 children.
I can only imagine.
Okay? And I'm going to say this right now, as a mother with 5 children, I can tell you right now, I completely understand why someone will be like, okay, I can't get involved with her. It's a lot, right? And I had older to younger. So I meet him and, instantly tell me, I got 5 kids and, he's just great about it. I put him on a Stranger Things, funny story. Stranger Things is part of our love story.
Okay.
Because I had just started watching. I said, you got to watch this show. It's so good. It's so good, by the way. Okay. First 2 seasons are so good.
First 2 seasons
So he watches them. Look, he watches them, gives me a critique when I get off work every day. Like, oh, I watched an episode. I'm like, he really watched the show. So make a long story short, fast forward. The first time he came to my house, my degrees were in a corner, covered in dust. They'd never been hung up in a couple of years since I graduated. He was like, what is that? And so I said, oh, those are my degrees. And he was like, so, asking, so what you go to school for? I said, I'd be a news reporter. I interned it. He said, so what do we have to do to get you there? I don't, tell me the logistics.
Sure.
And I'm like, again, no, I would have to move and relocate. Top 50 markets don't take newbies. I didn't say that, but that's another thing. New reporters have to relocate to small markets.
Right, sure.
And so he said, okay, that was in October of last year.
Right.
And look at you now.
The man had just signed a lease in Suffolk. He had just got a condo. I had my place. January comes, we're getting we done fallen in love. We're getting serious. We know we want to be together. We're going to be together. And he was like, let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead and do it. And I'm like, still not believing it. It's still not obtainable. It's still not going to actually happen. And then I say around May, I started just sending my resume off just to see if I got any bites. He moved us up here, kept paying. He's been paying 2 rents, just stopped paying 2 rents, just so I could get here and start this career. I owe
Christmas love.
Let me tell you something. Matter of fact, that should be a Christmas lifetime story, okay?
You can send in, you've been acting. You can
that's exactly right.
You can literally send the script. You're a journalist. You talking to us.
What are you talking to me? What are you telling me for?
We don't have any connections to Lifetime.
I can't do nothing for you.
Though.
You know Tim Reed. So
yeah.
I met him once.
That could be, that could be a show. Yeah, girl, you get to it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm here to tell
you.
You don't settle. Don't ever give up. I am 38 now. I just started this. It is never too late. I don't ever feel inferior to my younger counterparts. It just never. That's why I would tell anybody. It's never too. I don't care how many mistakes you made, trouble you've gotten into, any of that. That's how I really want to start. And I'll talk to y'all more about that. But I really would like to start talking to more younger children and stuff like that. Maybe at risk youth who are starting to go down that wrong path, because I went down that path and I'm very lucky that I made it out alive. But it's a better way.
That feels like a great, you can't get no more better advice to that to end the show.
It's great. She's very much alive. The one and only. Jenette Hastings. That's right. Well, look, if you guys have ideas for the show, they'll wait till next year because we are out. But if you do want to get in contact with us, check us out on social media on all platforms at United Way Seville, at City of Promise. The inbox is open, Envision at UnitedWaySeville.org. How do people find you? How do people follow your work, the stories, the whole thing? What do you think?
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, well, you can go to 29 News. On our website, like I said, I have my social media presence is going to get up there eventually.
Okay.
Once I feel like it. But
there you go.
all my stories, all my information is on our website.
She's a public figure, ladies and gentlemen. She's easy. She's easy. You are a public figure. You're easy to find.
You're literally in the public.
You are out there. You're like very Googleable.
Googleable.
Yeah.
That's the new word.
Googler. Jenette Hastings, ladies and gentlemen. We get support on the show from you. If you like what you hear, share with your friends, your family. You got road trips coming up. We got about 200 episodes. We can get you up and down the road. Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you like your podcast these days. And again, in the season of giving, the best way to support us, consider making contributions. City of Promise, United Way, any of our other great local nonprofits. That's how we continue to do our community-based work. And, of course, this show. And for this season, the one thing that I stole from Sarad Davenport, which I will say that I love, is give generously and drink responsibly. Big thanks to our friends at the Jefferson School Foundation. That's jeffersonschoolfoundation.org. For Jenette, for Marky, have a happy holidays, happy new year. We will see you in 2026.
Peace.